I got to know a MILF from the subcontinent. I took her to movies. And then when the matter got heated, I took her to a hotel in Sharjah.
Here we go.
When the action started,
Real.
I felt that I'm not comfortable. So I changed the position. And later, she confessed that she was on her period. I felt that I lost my virginity in the most dirty place and with the dirtiest person.
Fucking what's wrong with Sharjah?
And then he goes, damn her.
So before we start, I want to tell you a story of how me and my friends got kicked off a train when we sat in first class.
Oh, God, shock.
So we were sat in economy class and it was a 20-minute journey. I went, should we just sit in first class because it's comfier and it's well busy? Let's just sit in first class. Lucas, who we know, was shitting himself. Didn't not want to break the rules of sitting in first class. If we'd had an economy ticket, there's no way we could sit in first class. I went, mate, don't worry about it. If a guy comes, we'll just pay it. It's going to be like £2, 10 dirhams for our U8U listeners. Yeah. Not a big deal. Tiny journey. We got to first class. We're all a bit boozed. We're all having fun. We were being a bit loud, but that's by the by. The train manager then walked in and went, tickets, please.
Oh, of course. And
then he came over and we were like, sorry, mate, we've got an economy ticket, but more than happy to pay. Now, the ticket manager's name was Malcolm. And we decided to change the word welcome to Malcolm.
Okay.
Right? So we kept saying stuff like, Malcolm to first class. Malcolm to the good life, boys.
Okay, in front of him.
Yeah, in front of him. Okay. And we kept saying it. We kept like turning the word welcome into Malcolm and saying like, Malcolm to Coventry, because that's where we were going. Yeah. And then after that final one of Malcolm to the good life, he went, you know what, lads? Get the fuck off the train. I'm not serving you anymore. And then we got kicked off. Was I in the wrong? All I said was Malcolm to Coventry.
You weren't Malcolm.
Malcolm to the good life.
You just weren't Malcolm.
I wasn't very Malcolm on that train.
You guys, I would hate to come across you lot boozing.
And the banter's so bad, it's actually funny.
No, like we were crying. So bad.
We were crying, laughing on the train.
Like the fact that is making you cry.
Like you're very Malcolm.
Yeah.
Like we were dying laughing, and then he got so pent up. He just didn't. It went from 0 to 100 so quick that he just went, you know what? Get off the train. You're not even welcome on this Pendolino.
Malcolm's going through something.
Malcolm is going through something. And the thing is, if you're going through something at the moment for the What Would You Do podcast, this is where we are. We're here for you.
Yeah,
We're here for the Malcolms of the world.
We really are. We appreciate you. This is episode 20.
Oh my God, a thing.
20.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you can just figure it out. There we go. We've clapped now.
There we go. Episode 20. Welcome. Listen, last episode was a bit outrageous.
No regrets, though.
No.
Well, let's figure out if we have regrets when the feedback comes in.
And it will come in because you lot always have opinions.
Yeah, oh no, God, with your opinions.
We don't ask for your opinions. We ask for your shares.
Have a day off. This podcast is built on JJ and Nimi's opinions.
Yeah.
JJ and Nimi's opinions.
Yeah, tell him.
We want your life stories and we'll give our opinions as a place of opinions.
Yeah. Anything else you want to share today before I get into the thread?
Yeah, this is the What Would You Do podcast. Please drop us a follow. It would mean the absolute... it would mean the absolute world to us. That... Guys, I have a child. This time we record could be spent with a job. But instead, we are sacrificing that for our dreams.
Yeah.
And I can't put food on the table.
Yeah.
You put the food on my child's table, please.
Well, that's not true. This podcast doesn't make us any money.
No, but it might do if we start getting followers and people sharing and people subscribing to me. That's on YouTube. And we can turn on the monetization button. And then we can start putting food in this poor baby's mouth.
I just think like from now on, we just in everything we post just have like pictures of Phoenix pop up. Because I feel like that's the only thing that's going to get us the views and the shares.
There is discussion that me and Nimi are having at the moment is doing additional content, bonus content, bonus episodes.
Yeah.
This is something me and Nimi need to discuss in detail because I've just said it.
Yeah.
So we could probably discuss that.
Yeah, that'd be nice, yeah.
Doing more content, which is more premium content. that we can discuss.
Yeah.
Give you more. We want to give you more.
We do want to give you more because we know this isn't enough.
Yeah, because in life, you can't just like keep taking. Like, you got to start giving.
Yeah. Do you like giving?
I love it.
Yeah. What do you love giving?
I can't get one thing out of my brain, and I'm not going to say
I know.
I actually
Let's
can't.
not go down that route.
I can't be bothered.
Let's start with our first thread, shall we?
Let's do it. For the What Would You Do podcast, please, What Would You Do podcast on Instagram. Drop us everything that's going on in your life. Drop us a DM. What is happening? Because we want to hear from you. But before we get into that, do we have one today?
Yeah.
But we're going to get into a thread first.
We're going to get into
Do we have a What Would You Do today?
Yeah.
Like someone's written in?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't look.
Okay.
Amazing. What is the thread?
The thread today is, have you ever got turned off whilst in the act? What happened?
Getting turned off during it happening.
Yeah. God, someone like really, really bad. Okay, I'll start with one.
You said one off air.
Which I will not say on air because it's bad.
Go on.
We were on the act. It was our first time after the first date.
Shit.
I really felt connected to this guy. But then whilst we were doing it, his sweat started dripping into my eyeballs. You're like...
There's nothing you can do, and the thing is, you're lying down. You're lying down, and you can see that bead of sweat swirl up at the top of his forehead, slowly drip down, and you are locked in an orgasmic state of frozenness. Slowly drips down the nose, and then just slowly drops off into your eyeball.
Sorry, like there's a certain level of sweating which is okay with me. But when it's dripping...
Caveman's lubricant, sweat.
Dripping is just a bit too much.
Yeah.
I'd met this woman a few times. She was actually a friend of mine. We went for dinner. We came home.
And it's always one night stands, isn't it? They're just
always.
cracking on.
It is. But
What world are we not living in,
I
Nimi?
know. Well, clearly not one night stand world.
Are you crying again?
You know, I was laughing way too hard at this sweat in the eyeball. All of a sudden, her hair started to come off. She kept holding onto her wig until I convinced her to just take it off and go bald. Imagine she's like, why is all of this so visual?
God, doesn't it seem like Steve Harvey?
What put you off whilst you were in the act? Thinking about the bills he doesn't pay. Facts. That happens a lot, by the way. One time, her kid got up out of his crib and looked me dead in my eyes.
God, it's your fucking worst nightmare.
I wonder if he remembers that.
Like, that is my worst nightmare. Sometimes, like, if me and Catherine are making love, for example, sometimes the cat will just jump on the bed and just stare me fucking dead in the eye. Like, Dad, he's like, focus.
No, he's like, yes, let's
wow.
go. He's or he's like, oh, that's a bit longer this time.
Oh, God, better than the 2 pumps on the last episode. Am I right, guys?
But like, like, there's a baby in the room. Have some respect.
Okay, cool. You're doing it.
Yeah.
And you have a child. The child walks in. How do you get out of it so they don't think you're doing it?
I would like pretend there's a medical emergency.
Yeah.
I would be like, quickly, go out, don't come in here. You cannot see this. Like, I'm giving CPR.
And then they'll be like, Dad, what's happened?
Yeah.
Like, then that was scarring more, Nimi.
Yeah, I don't care.
And you're there on his chest just pumping down on it, CPR.
I don't care.
That's not his heart, Dad. Mum, that's not his heart. Stop grabbing that.
When he's older, he will tell his friends about that time that his mum saved his dad's life.
Yeah, I know. But then one day he'll be on the playground and then his friend passes out and then he'll start riding on top of his friend on the sandpit. Don't want that. Why are you grabbing that? Mummy did.
Yeah, that'll get him in a lot of trouble. She was going down to my wonderful place when I noticed her I Love Jesus t-shirt. That put me off for life. I'm an atheist.
That sounds like something he would wear if he's saying, going down to my wonderful place. That's an ick.
Yeah, that is an ick.
Catherine, do you mind going down to my wonderful place?
That actually sounds like something you would say.
No, it is not. Actually not. You're
that's
not.
dirty
I actually
talk.
want you to stop gaslighting me and the type of person you're trying to build me into. That's not true.
That sounds like your type of dirty talk. Like, Catherine, tonight,
Catherine.
wonderful place.
No, but that's the kind of talk you have to have if Phoenix was in the room.
Right.
And like, you know you want to do it later, but like, Catherine, do you want to come down to my wonderful place later?
There you go.
And Phoenix would be like, what?
So what,
where is this?
Obviously, I'm not a parent. So what language do parents use?
I don't know. I'm not there yet.
Okay.
I'm not that. We just like say whatever. We don't talk dirty to each other while we're just fucking making dinner or whatever, or
Obviously.
around him whatsoever.
Okay.
Really.
Okay, that's good to know.
But yeah, we've not got to a point where we've had to kind of change our language to make sure we don't hear bad words. But I am worried that he's going to pick up naughty language because I am flippant with my language, let's say.
Okay. What put you off whilst you were in the act? He kept his boxers on and pulled it through the hole.
Economical, that.
That is lazy.
Like sometimes I'll just pull my pants down and just take one leg out just so I don't lose my pants because after I just want to put
I'm
it
sorry, that
I
makes
actually
me
just
sick.
I actually just want to put my pants straight back on and go to bed.
You know, like I feel physically sick at the thought of you giving me that visual. Like that also like further confirms how disgusting I find you.
Yeah, no, I don't mind that though. I don't mind you finding me repulsive, but that's fact.
But like, don't you think you're sharing a bit too much on this podcast?
I don't think there's enough. I don't think you should hold back.
Do you think Catherine's listening? And
I think you hold back, and I think people don't know the real you. And the saddest thing, Nimi, you don't know the real you.
Facts, I don't. I'm on a journey of finding.
And honestly,
myself.
this podcast has been made to just fucking bring something out of you. Because your life is dull, you've got no mates, all you do is post about your fucking daily routine every single day, don't care, you post about your dog and your gym workout. This is giving you a bit of life.
And I post about like confidence and communication.
Confidence and communication at speakerbynimimeta.com.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
And fill out the details because it will get you confident in life. But apart from that, like, where are you? Where are you?
It's honestly a question I ask myself all the time.
Exactly. So we're actually getting somewhere now.
Yeah.
Episode 20, we finally got somewhere with
It
you.
just took us 20
Yeah,
episodes.
it took us 20 hours of my time to finally bring something out of you.
Thank you.
So am I oversharing? The answer's no. Listener, if you're listening and you think I'm oversharing, DM me and let us know. DM us, what would you do podcast?
Yeah.
JJ, can you tone it down a little bit? This is too much.
Yeah.
If you think it's too much, go listen to the fucking stupid, shitty podcasts that don't talk about anything about apart from their daily walk with their dog.
Yeah, like Oprah.
And how they slipped over a bit of shit. It's like, no one cares.
Yeah, it's a bit boring, isn't it? Have you ever been put off whilst you're in the act with any ex-partners or ex-things? And what was it that put you off?
There was one time, a long time ago, that, like, my friend nicknamed this girl the Troll. And that popped into my head because I actually didn't think that. Thought she was quite very good looking.
Oh, but
my
then
mate,
whilst you were with her,
like
it popped
the
into your head.
word troll just popped into my head, and then I started thinking about trolls, like the little dolls, and it really took me off.
Oh, so you weren't even there to like enjoy it.
No. So I guess that kind of put me off.
So it was nothing that she did.
No, nothing that she did. Because women are beautiful in all shapes and sizes, and in all looks, and facets and
100%.
cultures.
I was actually talking about body positivity the other day, and I was like,
Do share.
I don't think I treated my body very nicely when I was growing up.
What do you mean?
Like, I didn't like my body.
I don't think anyone ever likes their body.
I know, but it's just like, it's like when I was growing up, I was surrounded by really skinny girls, like really skinny girls. And Indian girls generally are known to be skinny. Like,
Really?
Yeah, there's not much like shape to them. Like Sikh girls are meant to be like a lot more curvier. There's different, right? But I was a lot curvier. So I remember what was in back in that day was Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears with like no
Slim,
hips.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden Kim
And their like
K
jeans
came.
were pulled down quite low and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Which, like-
Von Dutch hat.
Oh my God, low jeans was my biggest nightmare.
Yeah,
Because I got a bit of curvature. Kim K then came about and it was all of a sudden a trend to be curvy.
Yeah. And now everyone's trying to put on a few curves.
Exactly.
Everyone's trying to look like Nimi.
Oh, no, definitely not.
That's where we were going with it. So what else were you talking about body positivity? Just about the fact that it
Yeah,
changes
like-
because Marilyn Monroe was actually a size 16 and she was the epitome of beauty. And then it went really skinny during the 90s because of the fashion magazines and the runway walk models that made everyone feel really insecure about their bodies. And now there's Kim Kardashian where...
This Coca-Cola bottle.
And if you're not that, then you're not good looking. But that's going to go out of fashion. It'll be something else.
What's it going to be next?
It doesn't matter, Nimi. It just matters about how you feel about yourself.
Exactly.
And I wish I thought that about myself. I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, rank, chubby, this, my chest is not right shape and all this shit. It's because of social media.
It is.
It's the problem, guys.
Well, it's definitely made it worse for like the future generations. But I did read one thing, which I think I'm going to share with you because you're a parent. And it was a post that said, I wish when I had my kids young, this lady was saying, I wish when I had my kids young that I spoke about my body positively, quite like out there. I would say in front of the kids, oh my gosh, I love my body. Oh, I love this. Like pointing out all the flaws, but saying that they're amazing.
Yeah.
Because then your kids will then go on to think positively about their body.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't passed down to us. Like, if I put on weight, I remember when I was playing football, I don't know if I shared this with you, but when I was like 13, I put on a bit of puppy fat. And the reason I put on puppy fat is because I used to take £1 from my parents' house and I used to go to school and I'd order 6 hash browns and beans on top.
For £1?
For £1.50 or something like that. I know. Fucking bargain.
Yeah.
Every morning I had it. I put on quite a lot of weight. And then I'd play football and my dad would be on the sidelines of the pitch going, look, you can't even run, you fat prick. Look how fucking massive you are. And I was 13 years old. Like, you're massive. Look how fat you are. You need to run more. Look here. You can't even move. Look, you can't even get to the ball quick enough. Stuff like that. So obviously, generationally, that's how we were brought up. I don't know how you were similar, but now that is super important.
Yeah.
Loving the way you are. So they will then grow up to love the way they are.
100%. Like, especially, I can relate to that, but like in Indian culture, especially, like, your elders do not have a filter. They will say whatever they're thinking in the moment. Like, they will, like, your grandma or your auntie will literally be like, my gosh, you've put on weight. Like, you look really fat. And you'd feel like you've lost weight or you feel like you look good. Or they'll comment on like, oh, you look a bit dark. Like, you've tanned a bit and it's like a really, really bad thing. Or like, oh, you're a bit hairy. Like, things were just said without any like thought of the repercussions on that person.
Yeah. I think I may get this wrong, but I've noticed it more recently because I've put on quite a lot of weight. So basically, in British culture, I'd say, maybe American as well, but British culture, they'll think it and then they'll either keep it to themselves or say it behind your back going, fucking hell, they're put on weight. You see the size of him?
So
like, honestly, I go back and they're like, you see the fucking size of this guy? You seen the size of your brother? You seen the size of you seen this? Oh, she's lost weight. It's a comment about weight, right?
And it's a group discussion.
Yeah, I've put on quite a bit of weight. I've been going to the gym, trying to get bigger. And basically the amount of people, so ladies from the Philippines have commented and Arabic men have commented going, you've got fat.
Yeah.
Whoa, Jade, you got fat. Look at your face. Like, I just noticed your fat, really fat face.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've got a real fat fist.
Have a look at this.
Across your face.
Yeah, there's just no filter.
No filter. They just say it, which is quite endearing. They just say it. Let's not behind your back or nothing, which I don't know what's worse.
Okay.
Or maybe just don't say anything.
But so what is the right thing? So if your body has changed from a male point of view.
I outwardly comment. I don't outwardly comment. I compliment people. I love what you're wearing today.
Yeah.
I think you look amazing. I don't know what you've done with your hair.
Yeah.
But then is that bad?
No, I think
guys and girls, by the way. This is gender neutral. What I say.
I think when it comes
like
to
I said to Yasmin, she was wearing loop earrings today. I say, look, world class.
Yeah.
Look how cool she looks.
I think that's fine. You can compliment people like that. I wonder where the line is when it comes to like.
But maybe I won't compliment it tomorrow, and then she'll be like, "Oh, JJ, don't compliment me."
No. She will never
That's
get
literally
you.
does like, she's like, you imagine. Who do you think you are?
She does not take you seriously. It's okay.
She actually don't take me seriously as a boss. I'm not a regular boss. I'm a cool boss.
I'm a cool boss. I would just say when it comes to commenting on like nice things and like, I don't know, accessories or clothes, that's fine.
Yeah.
When it comes to the body, where is the line? Because like if I have lost weight, but I haven't intentionally lost weight, I might have a medical issue where I've lost weight. Then I'd be offended if someone says I've lost weight. There's like, you just never know who's on the receiving end. But I think
so you shouldn't say anything about anyone. You should not talk. We shouldn't have this podcast. Let's push the microphones away.
Get
We
it.
shouldn't even talk about nothing.
Yeah, but bring it back.
Let's bring it back in.
I think it's nice to throw compliments with like good, pure intentions. If you genuinely like the way someone looks, it's like, you look amazing.
All right, all jokes aside, Nimi, you are a beautiful human being.
Thank you.
And yes, you have lost a bit of weight over the last year or so, I'd say.
Yeah.
I loved you when you first came to Dubai, and I love you now.
Okay.
How you look.
Thank you.
You're a beautiful, stunning individual that is growing into your own.
Thank you.
I mean it.
Okay.
I don't want anything back.
No,
I know that. I knew you were trying to do banter and not give me something back
I'm
and
going
move past
to.
the conversation.
I'm
I don't
going
want
to.
you to. I actually don't want you to.
Okay, I would like to.
I would like you to write it down and then give it me on a piece of paper, and I'll read it at my own time.
I would like to vocalize what I think of you.
I would like you to vocalize it in your own time.
Okay.
Go to the bathroom and say it out loud.
Okay.
Not to me.
In the mirror.
In the mirror if you need to. Put a
Okay.
picture of me up on the wall and say it to that.
Okay, but I just wanted to say
Okay.
that you have changed since I first met you. And I think that
Oh, you're going to mug me off.
the older you get, the more incredible you're getting. Not just physically, I mean emotionally, I mean spiritually, I mean as
Don't
a
drag
dad, I
spirituality
mean
into this.
as a husband. I think you are becoming the man that you always wanted to be, and I love that about you.
I love you, Nimi.
I love you.
I feel like we might have had a bottle of tequila before this, because this is 4 a.m. chat after a house party when everyone's left.
It actually is when you're stuffing your
Like,
face with a bag of chips.
You know what? I've never said this about you, but I'm going to say it to you now. I bloody love you.
Yeah.
I love you.
We're quite expressive with our love.
Yeah, we are.
I don't like people.
It's like a bickery, horrible love-hate friendship, but
Yeah.
the hate is just all
Love.
but it's how we want to share it at the time.
I struggle with people who can't express love. Like, you know, who can't be like super nice and give a piece of them to the other person they're interacting with. Like, I struggle with people like that.
And you know what? We're giving a piece of ourselves to you. So going back to this overshare, this is me.
Yes.
I'm like that woman with the moustache.
That is a good song.
I am brave.
I am Bruce. I am more
Did
than
I have something to talk about on
This
this?
is me.
I do, actually. Let me find it.
Do you? Because I just want to check that you do.
Am I the arsehole?
Okay, go on.
Am I the arsehole? For context, my husband and I got married in a courthouse 2 years ago. I told my husband to tell his family, but he didn't want to since his family wasn't my biggest fan.
Oh.
His family can be extremely judgmental, have said they didn't like me or my character
Oh, that's mean.
because I grew up in a place completely opposite of where they're from. Is this like 1950s southern Alabama or something? Every time I had met with his family, some type of drama would unfold. For example, his mum accused me of touching his brother's leg inappropriately at his grandfather's funeral. A funeral is a natural aphrodisiac.
Yeah, 100%.
I slapped his knee because he told me a joke I thought was funny. I chalked it up to the fact she just lost her dad. She didn't like me, so she needed someone to take some type of anger out on. I put up with a lot more than that for my husband since I never wanted to be the type of person I asked him to choose. 5 months ago, I had our second child. When I had found out I was pregnant, my husband and I were going through a rough patch. We almost divorced because of a lot of things, his mother being one of them. We decided to really work on our marriage, and we've been amazing ever since, the best we've ever been. During my pregnancy, his mother and I got really close. I'd like to say I'm a really forgiving person and try to see the best in everyone, and it was making my husband happy. Nice. Okay. She even came down to stay with us when I had the baby. Fast forward a month later, she called my husband and said her and his dad would love to come and visit since his dad had yet to meet the baby. I thought the visit went, fucking hell, how long is this?
This is so
Honestly, man, we'll
long.
have to do a
I'm
part-
falling asleep.
We actually need to do a part 2.
Okay, go on.
I thought the visit went well, but while my husband had went outside to get my toddler's car seat from their rental car, my father-in-law told my husband he needs to swab his mouth to make sure the baby was his. My husband, of course, got angry and asked my father-in-law if that was the reason they came to visit. My mother-in-law ran outside because she heard them fighting and told my husband it was nothing like that everyone in the family was swabbing their mouths because they were doing a 23andMe. What's that? Like an ancestry thing.
Yeah, ancestry thing. What a great excuse.
Go outside like quickly and you do a 23andMe. Well, no one's looking. A quick 23andMe. She said that my sister-in-law and brother-in-law had done it, so they wanted him to do it too. She declined doing one, and we left it at that. A month after the visit, my mother-in-law called my husband and said she needed to speak with him privately. He went outside for an hour to speak with his mother, and he came back inside visibly upset. He pulled me to my room privately and informed me that my mother-in-law and father-in-law had swabbed both my newborn's mouths and my toddler's mouth when they had visited. They said that the toddler came back 99.99% related to them, but my newborn only came back 11% related to them. So they felt the need to tell my husband so he could get my newborn DNA tested. I was confused and angry. I'd also just found out my brother had a brain tumor as well, so there had already been a lot going on for me emotionally. When my husband and I separated, I had not slept with anyone else since our relationship was so rocky. So obviously they're going through a bad patch. They've had a baby and they're like, this can't be theirs. I didn't want to do anything more to jeopardise losing him, so I wasn't understanding why she felt that, blah, 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 blah.
Am I the arsehole?
Am I the arsehole? Is she the arsehole?
For denying, like, a test further? It would be nice if you read the article before and streamlined it, mate.
I didn't.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah. So the mum's not allowed to come with the children. They did another DNA test and they're 99.99999% that is my husband's child. Fucking Jeremy Kyle.
Wow.
Jeremy Kyle, Jerry Springer.
Like, I just don't get why parents get so involved in their kids' lives.
I know.
It's a bit too much. Like, that is too much. Also, if you are swabbing my kid's mouth without my permission...
Get that swab away from him or
I
her.
will fight you to the death.
What do you mean a swab? Like an earbud?
Yeah.
Like a cotton bud?
Yeah.
Get out of my child's mouth.
Exactly. Without my permission.
Yeah.
It's so wrong. And also without your son's permission.
So what would you do in that situation? Let's say you're the girl.
Okay.
What would you do?
I would lose my shit. I would say, I want nothing to do with this family. I will give my husband the choice of still having a relationship with this family.
Yeah.
And my kids aren't old enough yet, but once they become old enough to be able to see their family, they can make the choice. But I would cut all ties. It's game over for me. I'm sorry.
Actually is game over. The revenge I would get is I would go, you know what, you can swab me, but I've got to swab you. I'd grab a swab, put it on, ring it around my bum, and then go, let me swab you, and then swab it around the mouth.
And that would make you feel
ha,
better.
that's poo. That's 100% my DNA.
That's really funny.
It's gross, but like you have to do what you have to do.
And then what? You'll feel like, yes, I got them back.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, I'll probably do something like that. Yeah.
Would you play Happy Families after that?
I think we'd all just agree like mum's a nutter.
Yeah.
Like mum and dad are nutters.
Yeah.
Let's just find that funny. That they're crazy.
Yeah.
Clearly crazy.
This isn't even like you cannot even redeem yourself after this as a mum and dad.
Why are mums so obsessed with their boys?
Yeah.
Like they're my boys. Like you don't come into this household, you do not disrespect him, you don't put his hand on his leg during a funeral. That is my boy.
Yeah.
Like let him go. Like some mums just don't let them go.
They never do. They never do. I'm quite lucky because Deep is like...
Oh yeah, I'm quite lucky. My parents let me go very quickly.
My parents don't like me, so... Deep isn't like that attached, I would say. So I've never had to deal with it firsthand. But
With
I know
what?
With a mother-in, like a attached mother-in-law, like with the son or anything like that. But my friend has, and my friend's husband is like the most favorite child ever. They've got like 5, but he's the most favorite one, and he's the youngest, so he's the baby. But he kind of plays up to it. He like loves being the baby with mummy. He loves being looked after.
How old is he?
Oh my gosh, he's like 36.
Oh my God, grow up.
I know.
Like you're 36 and you love being mothered by your mum.
I know.
I bet he still breastfeeds. What a fucking creep.
I know. Ew, he probably... Bitty.
Bitty, mummy. And they do like baby voice, like, mummy.
Oh my
I'm
God.
sick, I'm poorly.
So in conclusion, you are not an asshole.
No, absolutely not. You're not the arsehole. The
you're
mum's
actually-
obviously the arsehole, the mother-in-law.
I feel like she's actually being very nice and polite the way she's been handling it, because I would like go to the police or something. Should I do a what would you do?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of you tend to DM us. We love you sending them through.
They don't tend to. We ask them to. We require it.
Yeah.
We require you to. What would you do podcast on Instagram? Drop us a DM. What is going on in your life? And we'll tell you what we would do in that situation.
Okay. Maybe I already did that.
Oh,
Okay, we got another one.
okay.
Someone said, regarding episode 8.
Oh, is this feedback?
No.
I'm coming back.
Regarding episode 8, I have a story of me losing my virginity. I got to know a MILF from the subcontinent. I took her to movies.
What does that mean?
I have no
What's a
idea.
subcontinent?
I actually Googled what subcontinent means. I think he means like from the western subcontinent, meaning a large part of a continent such as North America or part of Asia. Oh.
A subcontinent. So you've got a continent that is Asia, but then you've got a subcontinent that is South Asia.
Yeah, so a large area of a continent.
Okay, cool.
Basically.
Everyone's from a subcontinent.
Yeah.
Everyone is.
Everyone.
You slept with a girl from a subcontinent.
Yeah. I know.
What does that even mean?
He didn't even need to put that information in. Okay, I have a story of losing my virginity. I got to know a MILF from the subcontinent.
You're lucky to be losing your virginity.
I know.
With words like
Like
subcontinent
that.
to explain
Yeah.
a female.
I know.
Go again. Sorry, start from the beginning.
His grammar and punctuation aren't great either, but let's go again. Regarding episode 8, I have a story of me losing my virginity. I got to know a MILF from the subcontinent. I took her to movies, and then when the matter got heated, I took her to a hotel in Sharjah.
Here we go.
When the action started,
Real.
I felt that I'm not comfortable, so I changed the position. And later, she confessed that she was on her period. I felt that I lost my virginity in the most dirty place and with the dirtiest person.
What's wrong with Sharjah?
And then he goes, damn her.
In the most dirty place.
Yeah.
Sharjah's lovely.
With the dirtiest person.
A subcontinent
rude.
woman? Goodness me.
I'm looking at his
People
profile.
dream of getting down and dirty with a subcontinent woman.
Sharjah's beautiful. They've really upped their game lately. last couple of years.
They actually have. But let's take Sharjah out of this.
Yeah, what would you do if you lost your virginity to a girl who didn't tell you that she was on her period?
Well, quite clearly, I don't know this guy, but he seems very fortunate to have got his end away anyway.
I agree with
It doesn't
that.
matter what emirate he's doing it in or whether she's on or off her period.
But remember, he's listening right now, so...
You should feel blessed. You started off. She's a MILF.
Yeah.
How old is this guy? He's the luckiest guy in the world.
He looks pretty young, yeah. I would also say, like, if
A subcontinent MILF? What a dream.
Yeah. Like, no strings attached. No callbacks. It's amazing. But also, like, now that you've done this, moving forward, you clearly want organised sex. So, like, before you do it, have a form, have a few questions.
Who is he? Justin Bieber? What do you mean a form? An NDA?
Not an NDA.
All right.
But, like, are you on your period? Yes or no? Tick, tick. Which one's appropriate? Are you willing to get down and dirty in a different emirate? Which Emirates do you prefer? Tick accordingly. And just have it ready, because he
Shall
seems
we go
like...
to Al Quain? To acquaint.
He seems quite particular.
Yeah.
But I can imagine, I mean, I'm not a guy, so I don't know, but and also that was his first time.
That was his first time. He went to a movie with a MILF.
You always want to remember your first time.
He will never
he-
forget this
yeah.
first time. That's quite clear.
Ever. But also, like, it wasn't... They went for a movie.
Oh, I'm desperate to know what this woman looks like.
Me too. Because I've seen what he looks like. He looks young.
Can you... Oh, that's not... You can't be DMing us.
No,
pictures of
'cause
this
he's meant to
woman,
be
bro.
anonymous and all
Anonymous
this
fucking
stuff.
subcontinent woman, isn't she?
Yeah.
God, I'd just be fucking basking in the glory of it. I don't know what the problem is.
I think what you like is the MILF part.
I have not heard anything past it. I heard
Yeah.
subcontinent and I said MILF and I
MILF.
said sign me up.
Yeah, yeah. But that was his first time. I think what the problem is that resources that are available to certain men from a young age make you think that your first time or your sexual experiences are going to be a certain way, which are glorified when you watch these said resources. Okay?
Okay.
So when it actually happens, it's such a letdown because it's never going to be what you've been watching.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Real life people and women are not the people
I
that
don't
you see
know.
in
I
those.
think there is a subcontinent period genre that is found on those sources.
Really?
I'm sure there is. There's everything else.
Okay. But like,
I'll come back to you next week.
I don't...
Subcontinent.
I'll do my research for
Subcontinent
the show.
MILFs, please.
For the show. But like, I think guys like think it's going to be like the most amazing moment of their life. And also, what he didn't go into the details of it. Is it, if it was his first time, like
What did he mean by not being comfortable? Like the position was not comfortable?
position was not
Like
comfortable.
was he doing Kama Sutra and he had to
So-
change positions?
So he changed positions.
And then he unplugged and then
and went again.
the
into
waterfall began.
Yeah, and then he saw. And later she confessed she was on her period.
So he saw the period, or the later it was the period?
Later.
It must have been a light one then.
It was obviously dark, so he didn't see. But maybe she's going into menopause. So she's actually like her period's going away. So that's why it was light.
Yeah.
I'm just spitballing ideas
Well,
here.
that's all we ever can do, Nimi, because
Yeah.
you don't obviously get the full facts.
Look, I wouldn't hang yourself up on this first time experience. Let it go. Wish her well. Don't say damn her.
Yeah,
She
don't
did the
damn
needful.
her. She did what she needed to do.
She delivered.
Did you finish at the end?
Oh, maybe not.
I think he did. I 100%, because he said after.
Oh, yeah.
Did
So
the
he-
postman deliver your mail?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Box ticked as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Also, did you pleasure her? Probably
There's
not,
another-
because you were so focused on yourself.
You were so focused on yourself. You were so focused on the movie in which you watched. You were so focused on the milfiness of her.
Yeah.
You obviously don't. It's time for you to pull away, drop her a message and go again. Try a different Emirate, see what happens. Maybe it was the Emirate.
I think that's really good advice. Yeah, switch it up. Fajera. Try Fajera, let us know, get back to us, DM us.
Try for Jaina.
Yeah. What's the time saying?
I think we're done, mate.
Are we?
How many minutes we done? I'm done.
Oh, okay.
Have we got one more?
No.
What are we saying? I think you should go round 2. That's what I think.
I think give her another go.
Subcontinent MILF.
Give
Wow.
her feedback. Say, can we preferably do this when you're not on your P?
Yeah, but don't damn her.
Yeah, don't damn her. I
Don't
think that's
damn
really-
her. She gave you pleasure for your first time.
Yeah. And we appreciate you DMing us and sharing
Yeah.
that information with us, because I imagine that would have been hard for you.
Yeah, that would have been hard for you. So thank you for sharing it. I don't think the Emirate matters, to be honest. If
I
we're
don't
gonna
think so.
we're gonna draw a line under
We were
that
just
one.
joking
We were just
about
having
that.
fun about that. The Emirate don't matter. It's about who you're with that matters.
Yeah.
It's not about where you are. It's about who you're with.
He sent this DM a few weeks ago, so maybe he's found someone else by now from another subcontinent. Enjoy.
Enjoy the subcontinent pleasures of life,
And
guys.
find a position that makes you comfortable.
Always.
Thank you so much for listening to the What Would You Do podcast. You can give us a follow. And when I say you can give us a follow, I
You
mean
will.
bloody give us a follow. At What Would You Do podcast, written out on Instagram, WWYD podcast on YouTube. I know a lot of you like to watch the YouTube videos. And when I say a lot of you, I mean like 40 to 60 of you. We love you all. And just on that note, Gary Vee did a video about why Taylor Swift is so successful.
Go on.
And he said it's because Taylor Swift has never, ever forgotten the people who were her fans from day one. These were the people that were literally ride or die before she became a worldwide superstar.
Yeah.
She still, to this day, has album listening parties at her house with, like, the biggest fans ever. She still, to this day, if a fan invites her to a wedding, she'll go and turn up.
So we should do a podcast listening party with our core.
No, I'm just saying that we will appreciate you, and we will appreciate you even when we make it big time.
Yeah, I actually will.
Yeah.
Nimi might forget you. But
I
I'll be
probably
there.
will, yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Thanks.
Love you long time. Till next week.
Bye-bye.